Deaths from drug overdoses still remain high. So in an effort to prevent deaths in her community, one Georgia mom is taking action. Jackie Ibanez reports.
The latest data from the CDC finds drug overdoses claimed more than 107,000 lives in 2021. Of those deaths, 75% were caused by at least one opioid. But communities are fighting back.
Somebody had to do something.
Jessie Blanchard is a college adjunct teacher in Albany, Georgia. And like a growing number of Americans, overdoses hit close to home.
My baby has been on these streets, and she has suffered several overdoses.
A few years ago, she went into action, trying to get her hands on the opioid overdose reversal drug, commonly referred to as Narcan. Blanchard got help from volunteers at her work who use their prescription benefits to get 2 doses of Narcan every 6 months.
I started this in an attempt to save my baby.
Now her efforts have grown into a community outreach program.
Our community knows that we're a safe resource.
With partial help from a small state grant, Blanchard and her team are able to give Narcan, as well as sterile needles, fentanyl testing strips, and more to people struggling with drug addiction. Although they're working with limited supplies, the team knows their contributions are saving lives.
Just about everyone that we see on a weekly basis has been saved by one of ours.
Meanwhile, as some states prepare to collect millions in opioid lawsuits against pharmaceutical companies, activists say some of the funds should be used to buy Narcan, not just for first responders, but also for drug users.
Fast food consumers are visiting McDonald's a lot more. Bed Bath & Beyond is closing more stores, and Taylor Swift's new album is making history. CJ Papa has today's business briefs.
McDonald's tops Wall Street's estimate for fourth quarter earnings and revenue. Earnings per share clocked in at $2.59. That's 14 cents higher than expectations. Total revenue blew expectations out of the water, reporting at $5.93 billion. McDonald's expects to open about 1,900 restaurants around the world this year, more than 400 of them in the U.S. Bed Bath & Beyond closing 142 more stores after defaulting on its massive debt. These closures include all 50 of its Harmon Face Values beauty supply stores, along with 5 Bye Bye Baby locations. Company officials say it's likely to end in liquidation if it doesn't find a buyer, as the company is nearly bankrupt. As of late November, less than 1,000 Bed Bath & Beyond owned stores were still open across the U.S. Prior to the COVID pandemic, there were more than 1,500 in operation. And Taylor Swift's new album, Midnights, has officially joined Abbey Road by the Beatles as the only albums to sell over 1 million vinyls in the U.S. this century. The Bejeweled singer has set several other records with this album. She was the first artist in history to claim all 10 spots on the Billboard's Hot 100 in a single frame. That's business. I'm CJ Papa.
Still ahead, a mother is giving away scholarships to students in need in memory of her daughter. How she's turning tragedy into hope, coming up.